date for the city marshal.
Yes, I would motion that we approve the marshal's salary based at $65,000 annually, based on a 40-hour work week, with the work schedule to be will be flexible and approved by the city administrator. Benefits package to include health insurance for the employee, with the employee paying $113 a month for the premium, city paying $210.22. This is a monthly premium. Life insurance based on will be provided at one time the annual salary, with optional life insurance available at the employee's expense. 6 paid holidays, PTO at 104 hours annually, and its start date based on TCOL approval.
Second the motion, sir.
All in favor? Unanimous. Number 9, discuss and/or
It's working very good.
discuss and/or possible action on the employment, compensation, hours, duties, benefits, and start date for public works employee.
On that one, I'd move that we approve the Public Works employee position to be compensated at $12.50 per hour, with an overtime rate of 1.5 times the hourly rate. The work schedule based on a 40-hour work week, Monday through Friday, 0800 to 5 p.m., with 1 hour given for lunch. The benefits package for the Public Works position is also the health insurance for the employee, with the employee paying $113 a month on the premium, the city paying $210.22 monthly. The life insurance as well, 1 times the salary, with optional insurance at the employee's expense. Again, 6 paid holidays, PTO at 104 hours a year. Start date will be based on the background check results.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous. Number 10, discuss and/or possible action on ordinance adopting a records control plan and corresponding state records control schedules. And this was on a prior agenda, but we moved it to this agenda for until our city clerk completed the course. Is that correct?
That's what was mentioned before, but I didn't take the course, they were filled up, so I wasn't able to take it, but my understanding is the schedules that Cassandra provided are, I guess, they're standard schedules, so it's nothing that, I guess Cassandra could explain it better.
It's just adopting the state schedules for retaining specific city records. It outlines a specific city record and how long it's retained and how and when it can be destroyed.
And most of it's state law.
Yes, well, state recommended, the city can be, there are certain ones that are required for a certain amount of time that the city can extend it. But otherwise it's the minimum.
Do we adopt this work plan by resolution or ordinance?
Yeah, it needs to be done by ordinance.
Okay, do we have an ordinance prepared?
It was yes, there is an ordinance prepared,
I
was
can
included in
show
the
it.
It was in
It
last-
was in y'all's last package, that's why, it was at like,
It's a
Yeah.
city law.
And the ordinance states that we're adopting the state standard record keeping recommendations.
And then there's attached.
I actually had that table.
I read most of it, then I went to sleep.
Yeah.
I read the ordinance, I just couldn't get through all of the.
I tabled it for the purpose of the city clerk being a little more formal with the requirements. Hopefully that she would attend the training. That didn't happen, but in reading the book, a lot of it is pretty self-explanatory.
It was highly self-explanatory.
Yeah, With that said, I'd move that we adopt the ordinance for, adopting the record control plan. And she will attend the next
And our
training
approval-
session.
Our approval for training stands in place.
And that was already approved.
Okay.
Yes.
I second that motion.
All in favor? Unanimous. Number 11, discuss and/or possible action on an ordinance to follow the Bear County Fire Marshal's order for a burn ban whenever it is instituted and/or regulating outdoor burning within the city limits. And we have a copy of that ordinance also.
And this goes back to individuals calling the city office here, when they're told by Baird County that they no longer, require us to get a permit from Baird County because we were incorporated. I actually called it myself, one day because, an individual had called and that's what they were told. And I myself have called Baird County and gotten a burn permit. So we were getting told two different things or several different things. Anyway, with that said, we actually needed to come up with our own plan here in the city for issuing permits for burning. Although when Bear County does have a burn ban, I believe everyone within the county follows that, whether they're incorporated or not. So.
And the ordinance states that too.
Right.
Most of the incorporated areas have adopted,
Right.
conformity with that.
Right. So with everything that's in this ordinance, I only had one thing that I would like to amend, and that would be on section 2, item D, where it talks about the getting permission or notification. If you read the third line where it says what rules can be met and with prior written notification to, I would like to just strike written and just say with notification to or inspection by the fire marshal and then they get authorization and receipt, whether it's gonna be over the phone, same way Bear County does it. We don't wanna start issuing written permits. And being that we're not functional, or the office is not functional on weekends, we can forward the phones. The phones should be forwarded to all council members, and should the city be called, someone wants to burn, we at least have notification. We can write down the address, the individual's name, where they're burning, so if someone reports a bunch that they're seeing smoke coming from a neighborhood or whatever, we know that someone is burning in that area and that they've notified the city.
So the amendment, restated would be.
To on item D,
Third
section 2,
line.
correct, third line, just strike written.
Written.
So it, and I'm not sure if we should maybe put something in there that with a phone number of the
Not
city maybe?
specified.
Should we? In the ordinance?
If you want it to be a specific number outside of City Hall, then
No,
that could be
City
appropriate.
Hall.
I don't think you need to put
Okay.
specific.
Then that would be the only, change I would make or amendment.
Okay, and you move the amendment?
I move that we approve the amendment, striking the word written in item D.
I second that motion.
All in favor? Unanimous.
Okay, I also would like to move an amendment. I'm kind of section 2, item B, fires used solely for recreational ceremonial purposes with prior written notification to and/or inspection by the fire marshal or his or her designee, or the city marshal is authorized under the guidelines established by the PCEQ. The city retains the right to rescind permission for a ceremonial fire if fire or law enforcement officers belief, public safety, public order, or environment qualities of risk. I don't want my neighbor to set fire to my house either. David, would you take one of these, sir, and pass it along? And take one of these and pass it along. However, I like my fire pit. Okay? I have a fire pit with a covered screen. And I like to take a jug of iced tea and my guitar out there and light a little fire. Just have my own hootenanny, okay? And that's one of the many reasons I moved here. I know my next door neighbor feels very similar, except he doesn't play the guitar, he plays the radio. But again, he has a fire pit and the screen, okay? And, you know, I normally try to research things. So my amendment would be, to add at the end of the item B, recreational fires confined to a fire pit and conforming with Bear Bulverde Volunteer Fire Department tip sheet guidelines of safe burning in residential fire pits. And I'd like to add this as an attachment to the ordinance. Do not require prior written notification, inspection, or authorization by listed officials. And the reason I say that is sometimes it's Saturday afternoon before I decide I wanna drink my iced tea and pretend to be Willie Nelson by the fire.
Mr. Bellinger, could I ask one little question?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have a fire pit, I do have a chimney that has a screen.
That's close enough for me.
Okay.
Alderman Curley, the way I would interpret this, I guess section B as it's written, is that the permission would only be required for ceremonial purposes, recreational, such as fire pits and
You know,
whatnot.
although
But if we need to make it clear, we can do that too.
I would like to make it clear that a recreational fire outside of, say that word again?
Chimney.
A chimney, which is a Mexican fire pit, or a good old Home Depot American fire pit. Putting up 6 rocks in your yard and starting a campfire in it, I can't approve of that. I think the screen is the main thing that we don't want, you know. I love for everybody to have their fires, but I really don't want my house burned down. And I'm feeling like probably everybody here feels the same way. I just wanna clarify the use of fire pits, is approved. An open recreational flame, to me, gets right into the ceremonial fires. Because the difference between a campfire and a bonfire is just one stick. You know, I don't know of the legal definition of ceremonial fire versus recreational fire. And since it's not defined here, I just want to clarify that. Because you may have a recreational fire without a fire pit, but you need approval to do that. I'm saying if I want to drink tea, strum guitar on Saturday night, I may not have scheduled it earlier in the week. And most people would say. So, I make the motion that we add the words recreational fires confined to a fire pit and conform Old Verde Volunteer Fire Department tip sheet, guidelines to safe burning in residential fire pits, attachment A, do not require prior written notification, inspection, or authorization by listed officials.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Unanimous. Is there a motion?
Yes. He motioned, I second.
No, that's the amendment. I make a motion that we adopt the ordinance, the proposed ordinance as amended.
I'll second it.
All in favor? It's unanimous. Number 12, discuss and/or possible action of an ordinance prohibiting the placement of refrigerators, iceboxes, and other airtight, semi-airtight containers pursuant to Texas Health and Safety Code, Title IX, Chapter 756, Section 756.011, 756.012, and 756.013. Yes, and we all have this right here.
Okay. Driving around the city, I see numerous refrigerators sitting out on porches. Accident waiting to happen. I think every city I've lived in, it's a no-no. It needs to be, you can put it out there, you need to remove the door, or it needs to have a lock of some type on it, a chain, whatever, has to be secured. So I just, this is a no-brainer to me. I mean,
Is that a motion, sir?
I motion we approve this, the ordinance regulating refrigerators, ice boxes,
I
and other
second the
airtight,
motion.
semi-airtight containers.
All in favor? Unanimous. Discuss and/or possible action on a resolution authorizing the city clerk to prepare and submit an annual eminent domain authority report.
This is a statutory requirement we have to do annually. We just have to adopt the resolution every year to authorize it. I move that we adopt the resolution, I move we adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of San Diego, Texas, authorizing the city clerk to submit eminent domain authority report to the comptroller pursuant to Government Code Section 2206.151 through 2206.157, providing for information required by the board and providing for an effective date. That's a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Unanimous? To approve. Number 14, discuss and/or possible action on a resolution naming a public newspaper to serve as the official newspaper of the city for fiscal year 2018 to 2019. And we have that also. And of course, it's been the Wilson County News.
Move to approve resolution naming public newspaper to serve as official newspaper of the City of San Diego, that being Wilson County News.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous? Number 15, discuss and/or possible action approving the contract with Wayne Byer and Byer and Company and a resolution retaining Byer and Company to perform the annual audit for fiscal year ending September 30th, 2017.
Well, for 17.
It is 17?
Ms. Ortiz, is there, a lot of different, any differences between this contract and the prior approved contract?
No, it's the same.
No, all the same? I've been happy with, Wayne Byers' services, and I move that we adopt the resolution, of the City Council of the City of San Diego retaining Byron Company to perform the annual audit for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2017 for the city.
I'll second. It'll take place in February.
All in favor? And unanimous? Discuss and/or possible action on adopting an employee leave policy.
I mean, this basically pertains to PTO, how it's used, guidelines. I think everyone's had it in their packet. I think one thing that Cassandra caught that kind of missed was the number of work days that are allowed for military leave. There's a possibility we'll have employees who are in the reserves. So that is set at 15 work days per year. And also that they're not, they don't use PTO if that should happen. That's, right. So basically that's it. Holiday schedules was there with the 6 holidays.
So y'all have already adopted this is just the formal written policy. Or adopted it.
So I move we adopt the employee leave policy as written.
This is in line with the, prior,
Yes.
previous job
Yes,
offers
what-
that we've made.
What we've put in there is the 15-day requirement, following government requirement, government code.
Okay. You moved, I make,
Yes.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor? Unanimous? Number 17, discuss and/or possible action on adopting a hiring and selection policy.
Yeah, I move that we table this item, being that the previous mayor drafted this, and I'd like to see it done under new policy, under new management situation of the city.
Motion to table, I second.
All in favor? Unanimous? Discuss and/or possible action on approval for funds for repair of swings in the city park. And we've checked on Amazon, that's probably the best prices we can get, and you'd be surprised how much swings cost.
Not I would.
And to get all 4 of them repaired, one of them being a child swing, would be at, what, about $450 to $500. And that, you know, of course, those are not the kind of swings that you buy for your backyard. These are swings that, you know, if a heavy adult sits on it, it doesn't break.
We'll all be
Chains.
swinging.
Municipal rated
Yeah.
professional equipment.
Exactly.
And that includes all of the equipment to hook them up, hook them on there, and the swings themselves.
Okay, can we take a moment to, recognize, Mayor-elect Ball?
I have a very quick question on that. Did you consider, Bear County purchasing agreement as an option for another, maybe they have additional pricing that
No,
may
we
be
haven't
beneficial?
checked on
Okay, cause we are piggybacking onto their purchase agreements, so it might, just another option, is all.
it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I know somebody at their parks department. They said they would help anytime they could.
Can we, What's the total cost you have for,
It would be between 450 and 500. It depends on, what type of swing you get.
so,
See.
okay, I mean, we've been putting this off for quite a while,
Yeah.
and I know we've been pushing, trying to get we got the kiddie park, little plastic stuff out there, the little playground thing is cleaned up, and I see a lot of kids out there using that. People ask about the swings.
Sure.
So I move that we approve the, funds not to exceed $450, and we can, touch base with Bear County if it's cheaper, then
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
we wouldn't even be spending that much if we were able to get some from Bear County.
Great. So that's, I move that we just, we approve, with a cost not to exceed $450.
I'll second.
All in favor? Unanimous. Number 19, discuss and/or possible action authorizing the city clerk to apply for a pilot fleet fuel credit card for use in refueling city vehicles.
Okay, that's, last time I used the truck, I take money out of my pocket, and run down there on fumes. I waited,
As have we all.
I waited for the wind to come out of the south so it'd blow me down the hill and get me to the pilot. But, pilot seems to have the cheapest gas most of the time. And along with that, they have the rewards program where you get points, and so there's some rewards to it as well. Also, the card can be managed by the clerk, the employees, whether it be the public works employee or the marshal, and grab the card, get the card, sign out the card from the city clerk, and I get the fuel. It'd be a lot easier for her to manage the funds as well, which we're gonna look at, trying to allocate funds specifically for public works. They'll need fuel for lawnmowers and whatever power equipment as well, so I just think this would be a good way to go if we had a fuel card. So I move that we approve the, authorizing the clerk to submit the application for the pilot fuel card.
I'll second it.
All in favor? It's unanimous. Discuss and/or possible action on an additional streetlights identified in CPS's internal audit and/or approval of the installation of new 100-watt equivalent LED streetlights.
Governor, help me here. As I understand it, CPS has found a total of 21 streetlights that they have not been billing for, and they want us to approve paying for those lights.
It was an additional 7.
An additional 7?
I think it was an additional, isn't that what I told you too, was an
Yes.
additional 7, and I think it's in that, on that map,
Yeah, it
the
was,
ones that are circled.
7, they're, yeah.
Do you have that map from?
Okay, I do not.
Oh, it's with the resolution, I
Yeah.
thought.
It's a little, the last page.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's the ones circled up on Priest, I guess it is. Those are the additional that, when they did their internal audit, after I think y'all approved last year, the year before, I think it was 20 or 30 streetlights. It was like 4 different accounts. Anyways, during the internal audit, they identified 7 more.
We authorized the addition of 20 last year.
Yeah, so then it's now
And
then
they have-
27.
They have audited and found another 7.
7.
Okay.
And then they did an audit of the request earlier this year that we sent requesting, I think it was 75
Yes.
brand new streetlights. They determined there was 4 areas that either, I don't think didn't need it or they couldn't put one. So it would be, 71. So their letter to get everything started needs to state the correct numbers that we are accepting and then that we want installed. And once she gets the letter, she said she can start scheduling the installation of the new streetlights.
Okay, I move that we, approve the addition of 7 existing streetlights to our electric bill and authorize 70 new streetlights.
71.
It's 70.
71 new streetlights,
Correct.
and the budget, already is in place to cover that.
I'll second it.
Well, I'm not sure how much, I'm sure it is. I think we've got like 10,000 set aside for
Ma'am, I'm the one that
CPS.
put the number in there, there is some slack.
Okay, good.
All in favor? Unanimous.
Who seconded? I'm sorry.
I did, I second it.
Garcia, okay, thank you.
Discuss and/or possible action on approving the purchase of Dragon Professional Individual V15 voice recognition transcription software not to exceed $150.
Okay, the purpose of this is to get the website up to date as far as getting all of the minutes transcribed from past meetings that have not been done. And it would also make transcribing future minutes that much easier for the clerk, although you still need to go in and proofread what you've done. You may need to do some corrections, or maybe fill in some blanks where words weren't transcribed correctly, or whether we're
You
transcribing
have to
correctly.
actually teach Dragon to
Right,
transcribe your words.
right.
But I think that's a great plan, and I move that we.
Well, let me back up just a minute, because Catherine the clerk did do some research. I had looked at some programs online, and that's where I came up with 150. And the actual, I think what's on here, the individual V15, the program that she's looking at is, I think she said it was more like 350.
It's 300. So the one you
300.
looked at was actually, it was
An upgrade for an older,
an upgrade for a previous.
for an older version, that's what I was.
And then the next option is $300 for, the Dragon Professional Individual V15.
Because I just know that sometimes I've looked through past meetings and looked at minutes and still wanted to, there were things just weren't missing, and so I had to sit and
No, I
listen to
totally agree. We can
the
use
recordings.
Dragon, or we can hire a professional transcriptionist,
Mhm.
but,
Right.
I think Dragon's probably a better plan.
Okay,
So that one's actually 300, not one.
so it would be cost not to exceed 300. So that would be the motion to approve.
Okay,
Yeah.
not to exceed $300. I move that we, approve purchase of Dragon Professional Individual version 15, voice recognition transcription software not to exceed $300.
What, they did a different V15? I thought you said it was.
No, that's version 15, that's the one
Yeah.
that she looked up.
Oh.
Yeah, they're both the same.
Yeah.
One's just the one that's for 150 says V15 upgrade. The
Right,
$300
So this is
one
the
is
actual
the.
version 15. So I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Discuss and/or possible action on Saw's release of the sanitary control easements on the former 2.18 acres of Saw's tract. And that's already done.
It's done, no action
So, do we just,
Mayor Pro
needed.
Tem,
Pull it, just pull it.
Pull the item, please. Doesn't need to be tabled, we don't need to address it again.
number 23, discuss and/or possible action on an ordinance amending the 2018-2019 fiscal year budget for public works fuel.
And I asked Mayor Tanguma to add that because when we start using both vehicles in the past, we've always taken it out of the line item for marshal vehicle. And, you know, maybe it should stay separated and actually see how much is being spent on public
Right.
works vehicle versus,
Yeah.
so we don't
I'd like
have
to
that
see
line item yet.
a different line item under public works for fuel.
Yeah, we'd have to add it.
So So,
We're not gonna take it out of supplies, that's what we have to do.
Yeah,
what, we could do that if, I
if
mean,
need be.
how much, let me look.
And we need to move money there probably.
Maybe we should table this.
Probably a good idea.
We could possibly take it from mowing,
Let's do it.
so we can create the line item under Public Works for fuel. And if we moved, 3,000 out of that 12 to fuel.
So we're gonna move the motion, or to move 3,000?
First would be to create the line item
Yeah.
under Public Works for fuel,
We have to have a motion.
To replenish.
and include moving the funds in the same motion. Was that,
You said it could all be in one.
right? So the motion is to create a line item under Public Works for fuel, moving $3,000 from mowing to the fuel.
Second.
All in favor? It's unanimous. Oh, okay. And is there a motion to approve the ordinance for amending the budget?
Motion to approve the ordinance to make the budget amendment.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? And it is unanimous. Discuss and/or possible action on purchasing or leasing a storage building for Public Works Department equipment. And that's why we got the picture of the cargo container. There's a bunch of places we can get them from, we're just trying to find the best price. So far, the best price is, what, a little over 3,000?
That's 3,000 is what I had. I believe these are from the state. These are the ones.
Federal surplus.
Federal surplus, and these are here in San Antonio. They're local, and they're
Is that by acronym?
2,500 on that one
2,500.
for a 40-foot, and that is an insulated with a refrigerated, an AC unit. The AC unit probably doesn't work, but it would be something that could be expanded upon. So it's here local.
Is it 40 by 8 or 40
It's
by
standard.
10?
It's standard. It's a standard
Yeah,
container.
they're all standard.
Well, because some of them are 8, some of them are 10.
Mm-mm.
No, all of
Can't-
it, no.
containers are
Height is
standard.
8 or 10.
Yeah,
Width
the
is
height is what
always
changes,
8.
right?
Hmm?
Width is always 8. Height can be 8.
Because they have some over at, they have some over there at, in Mel Davis that are 10 feet.
Are we talking
10
height
feet
or
height.
width?
Height
Width.
is,
Cause the
yeah,
widths are
that's-
usually, I just bought one and I paid 3,300 for mine, a 40-foot, 8-foot wide, but they had different heights.
Well, he had some there.
I-
410? 410.
I don't think
South Cross,
Because I-
South Cross Race Wheel.
I'm just gonna tell you, sir, straight up, I have never seen a standard container. Actual measurements outside are about 8'6", and the inside dimension is 8 foot wide. If they go over 8'6" every one of them going down the road has to have an over width permit. So, I'm gonna go with my original statement, it's gonna be 8 feet wide, 8 feet high, and 40 feet long.
well, we need a 40-footer because whether it's 8 or
Well, I mean,
10.
it doesn't matter to me, I'm just asking what it was.
Yeah.
And we have this located at $2,500 locally.
We need to
And
do a little more.
We have a transportation.
We need to
fee.
do a little research on transporting, so I would, I'd move that we approve, maybe 3,000 today, so we're not sitting here next month doing this all over again. If we can approve the funds not to exceed,
Okay, Okay.
And we
where-
can, touch base with federal surplus.
What line
get a look
item
at this.
would be taken out of, Public Works?
This will be for public works, so, let me look at that.
Supplies, maybe?
We need to figure out where we're gonna take it from.
Do we have the room to take it from the, enough wiggle room to take it out of the public works employees? If it, based on the salary we're providing for the first, if we take it another employee, I think we'll still have a little left over, so if we took 3,000 out of the 65.
I agree with that, sir.
Okay.
just
I
wondering.
would, I think we should pre-approve, 3,500 just because, that takes a semi-truck.
Oh, yeah, well, flatbed, yeah.
And, I'm not sure we can get one to deliver out here for $500.
Well, it's in San Antonio, so I think we might be able to do that.
And a little clue on it,
I have
the
friends.
one you go pick out,
I have
you
friends
wanna
that
mark
do
it,
that.
because it's the biggest piece of junk they got, with bad handles on it and everything, and deliver it, and you gotta inspect it real quick, or you won't be able to open the doors and all kinds of stuff, so you wanna inspect all that stuff and mark the container.
This actually, we want to get somebody that delivers these for a living, because they'll come with a tilt bed.
Right.
If we don't have the tilt bed, then we gotta have cranes and everything else, so that's what I'm
Right.
saying. But it may be more than just rent a truck, and it may be more than you would think for just a regular.
And they may have, some, companies that they use
Yeah,
to
there's,
move them, so.
the places I contacted said it's Texas Auto Carriers, or I think was the name of it, but that's what they do. They have the tilt bed that drops it, and there has to be at least 100 feet in front of where you wanna put it, so they can get there and dump it. And they recommended that we put it on, some kind of railroad ties or cinder blocks.
Yep.
But we don't have to, and they recommended that it be level wherever we put it.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
I'm good with level.
They have things that go right in there, and that where they tie them down, go in there, and you can jack them up and level it up, underneath. They have stuff for that.
Well, I'd move that we, approve the purchase of a storage building, with a cost not to exceed $3,500, and to, further, investigate the possibilities of purchasing through, federal surplus.
Second the motion, sir.
All in favor? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
That's it.
I move we adjourn and, talk to the folks in the audience.
Second the motion.
And what time?
7:56.
7:56.
What time's that?
Good job.
Yeah.